Welcome to the dramatic world of Genoa City where scandal, romance, and betrayal reign supreme. What surprising turns do we have for February 9th, Friday? Let's dive in to find out. First off, jealousy. I don't really blame Diane for being envious and insecure right now. She really has Jack to herself these days with his work and overtime as Nikki's sponsor. It's hard spending time as a couple, but she's trying to be positive. Don't know how long that will last now that Victor's in the loop and approves of Jack being his wife's sponsor. Diane may feel like the world is plotting against her, so if Nikki's presence keeps on hindering her quality time with Jack, something really bad may happen in the aftermath. Talking about the aftermath, Ashley's still having a hard time dealing with the fallout of her marriage. She has a memory encrypted in her, but Tucker and the staff from the restaurant say otherwise. She believes Tucker may have a hand in coercing or influencing the waiter's testimony, so she once again corners her ex-husband. So for one, it seems that Ashley's coming back, and two, if this keeps on going on, her loved ones may start worrying about her ending up with no choice but to send her to recuperate at a mental rehabilitation center. But for now, she is not giving up on busting Tucker so easily. Now while that's happening, Mamie Johnson and Nate Hastings will have another meeting to scheme. Well, plan for the future and the betterment of the company, as they may like to put it. Billy's not feeling welcomed at Chancellor-Winters, and I think it was only a matter of time. He was appreciated at Chabot, and although he'd made a lot of mistakes, he was given a chance to become a better person, but he chased Devon instead. And now he's neither here nor there. Regardless, he's already pissed off about the fact that Nate and Devon excluded him from a very important meeting with Sharon, so he's going to perk up his ears and be present, which may lead him to discover or at least suspect that Nate and Mamie are plotting some things. If he does, it's not going to be a pleasant sight, but Mamie's not one to take lightly. She will for sure strike before it's too late, so Billy better watch out. Now let's talk about someone who's lost his foot in the soap and should maybe just go live in the Himalayas or something. The upcoming week in The Young and The Restless is going to be filled with intrigue as Jordan's threat looms large. Jack has been there for Nikki through every step of her crisis, and as if that weren't enough, he will have to leave his date halfway through Valentine's Day and cater to Nikki's addiction. Nikki's addiction is sadly getting worse, and at this point, no one has any idea what to do. But Victor will seemingly get more aware of Jordan's threat the more Nikki's situation worsens. So perhaps he'll try to find ways to keep his wife safe from Jordan's threat. But with Nikki slithering away to drink any chance she gets, it's going to be a tricky situation. But Jordan may not be the only problem in Nikki's way. Diane's been patient enough, but she may think Nikki's out to ruin her own life, and who knows, maybe her scheming days may return all things to the alcohol addiction. Meanwhile, since Tessa's soon going to settle as the manager of society, Abby's going to have more free time, so Devon will help Abby settle in the executive seat. But as happy as that may be, Devon and Billy are not getting along. As days move on, their relationship will get even worse as they start fighting often. Now Nate already has a lot to deal with, what with Mamie's pressure, and now he's going to land right in the middle of the crossfire between Billy and Devon. Be that as it may, Valentine's approaching, and I have a feeling that Devon's days of happiness are coming to an end. Now Abby and Chance will be working closely quite often. That being said, with exes in each other's orbit, if soap history is any indication, there's certainly going to be some sort of romantic clash. But for now, since the day of love is approaching, Chance may give Summer a confession about his feelings. While Summer and Chance celebrate each other this February, Kyle may be eating bad Chinese takeout all alone. Meanwhile, Billy will give efforts to show his love to Chelsea, so let's see how she reciprocates. Now, moving on to Tucker, he has a lot of confusing feelings to deal with. Audra was his partner, lackey if you will, but he knows she wants more, and is probably looking to screw him over. But they feel this romantic connection between them that's hard to ignore. Meanwhile, Ashley returns, and no matter how many people corroborate Tucker's story, she still thinks she's right, so she'll rack Tucker's brains out. Lastly, Adam and Sally will have a perfect night, so we'll have one happy couple at least. So Danny caused quite a bit of a stir after Christine and Phyllis's heated battle recently. He has no fortitude, and he's made matters worse than we thought it could possibly get. His feelings for Christine are apparent, but him making out with Phyllis speaks otherwise. And if you think about it, it actually is not that hard to say no to a woman if you're in love with another one. I'm baffled how these men are shown as nice guys in soaps, and a woman's the girl from the valley if she sleeps with like 3 dudes. But that's not the point here. The thing that totally pisses me off is when he went to Christine right after kissing the redhead and tried to shove his tongue down her throat too, like, sir, no, stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Thankfully, Christine witnessed his rendezvous with Phyllis, or else she'd have no idea, poor girl. And dude, for him to have the audacity to say that he's had enough, I don't even have words left in me. Forgive me, Lord, for I have sinned. My fist to Danny's lying, cheating scumbag face. He thinks he's not wrong, and can never be. And looking at it in a way, what has he ever done wrong? He liked a woman, kissed another, went back to the one he says sweet words with to kiss with no remorse or apology whatsoever, and when caught just decided that the women are being too much and he needed to leave before he turned toxic. Come down to earth before you fall, Danny. That's exactly what Phyllis needed, though, for him to clearly state that she's his friend, but he'd like to spend time with her, help her, fix her. That was Phyllis's cue to jump at Christine, and she took her chance. He so clearly has the victim complex and thinks that the world revolves around him, and if something he doesn't like happens, he gets upset and angry. I mean, after how he walked out on them, I'd love to see the red and the blonde joining forces to shun him out forever. But that doesn't really happen now, does it? Especially not in the soap world. The women are going to become even more attracted to him for some reason that I don't understand. Fans absolutely hate the charade YNR is playing, but we have to wait to see what on earth the writers are actually planning. With that being out of the way, let's take a look at weekly spoilers for the week of February 12th. Hopefully we find some good news there.